Hello and welcome to Joanne's Kitchen. How everybody doing this Tuesday afternoon? I hope everyone's okay. And if you're watching this channel for the very first time, take the time to subscribe. I appreciate it. And tell a friend, tell a worker, tell a co-worker, tell anybody about Joanne's Kitchen. So be sure when you're signing up to hit that notification bell, so every time I upload one of these delicious recipes, you'll be the first to be notified. So today's recipe is so many over the internet, on YouTube or whatever, is a lot of recipes for cube steak. So today's recipe will be how to make smothered cube steak, okay? And we're not doing it my way. We're doing it my mom's way, okay? This is the way that my mom did it. This is the way I grew up eating it until I got an adult and I started doing different recipes, doing it different ways, putting my little twist on it. So this is not my twist today. This is just an old-fashioned cube steak, okay? You don't need a whole lot of seasoning for the old-fashioned cube steak. And it was good. I mean, we used to take our little, because my mom used to cook with it when she cooked cube steak. We used to always have like corn with it or something like that right there, little string beans or sweet peas. And then she'll make them little, we'll have the little, what you call them things? Oh, shucky. Anyway, it was like the little, God, Jesus. I really can't think of the name of it. Oh my Lord. Not cornbread. You want no cornbread. The little white, little soft thing, the little bun. It's not a collar bun. It's the little serving brown, bacon brown. There's little serving brown little things that you put in the oven and stuff. And the little rolls, okay? Darn. Rolls. And we used to take them rolls and pull them apart, and they used to be so soft and fluffy. Oh my gosh, I remember them days. And taking and scoop that gravy up with it. Honey, that was some good eating, I'm telling y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need for this recipe, okay? You will need 1 green bell pepper, okay? You will need a whole onion, okay? That's it. For my mom's smothered cube steak, you will need kosher salt and black pepper. Now, my mom used it regular salt, okay? So if you want to use regular salt for this recipe, you go ahead. I don't too much use regular salt, so I prefer kosher salt. Now, those of you that have high blood pressure or you watching your salt intake, use kosher salt or sea salt, okay? So you will need that and some black pepper. You will need cornstarch, because my mama always did this with cornstarch. So you will need cornstarch, you will need a spoon, and you will need something to mix your cornstarch in. So I have all my ingredients we need, and you will need a bag, a Ziploc bag. Y'all see that? I have my Ziploc bag over there by my dish rag. You will need a Ziploc bag with flour in it, okay? With flour. And you will need, of course, the main ingredient, cube steak. So, now that we have all that, you're going to need a pan, whatever kind of grease you use, whether it be vegetable oil, peanut oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, corn oil, whatever. You're just going to need a pan with some oil in it, and you're going to need it piping hot. And there's 2 ways that you can tell whether your pan is good and hot, okay? One is you can take some flour and you can just drop it in there. If it sizzles back, it's hot. The other way that you can do it is run your finger up under some water, up under the sink. Take your sink, go to your sink, turn your water on, run your finger up on it, and let the water drip off. Okay, this one, I'll wait too long. Let the water drip off your hand into the pan. Like this. If it starts spitting back at you, it's ready. Okay, see it start spitting back at me? So I know it's good and hot. Okay, now we ain't got to set the place on fire and have a whole lot of water. Just a little drip. You know what I'm saying? I mean a little drop. That's all you need. So we're going to take this cube steak. And I'm going to take a couple pieces at a time. I'm going to put them in this Ziploc bag. And it's best to use a Ziploc bag, or another one of my favorites is a brown paper bag. I don't have a brown paper bag, so I'm going to use a Ziploc bag. Because I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. This is the way my moms used to do it. And, you know, when some people do in cube steak, they like to take a little gravy master or the other gravy and just add it to whatever they mixing it with and make, you know, to make that gravy darker. Honey, I'm going to show you how to get some thick gravy, and we're going to do it from scratch, okay? This is old-fashioned cube steak. So I have 2 pieces in here, and we're just going to add them right on to this hot and piping grease. We're going to shake off the excess flour. There's one. There's my second piece. So you just drop them into your bag or your plastic bag with your flour mix. Shake it up. Shake off the excess and drop them into this hot grease. It don't take long for these to get brown. That's what I like about cube steak. It don't take long for them to cook. So a couple of pieces of this will be frying. Oh, well, we're going to fry all of it. My bad. We're going to fry all of it. But I'm not going to smother all of it. And we're going to get this cube steak together, and I'm going to show you what my smothered cube steak looks like. So I have it up on high frying, okay? I have it on high heat. So we're going to let that continue to fry. Then I have my plate with my napkins in it. With my paper towels. And we're going to let it, some of that grease absorb. And you can pair this off with any of your side dishes, whether it's rice, and take the gravy from the cube steak, put over your rice, and have some sweet peas and some rolls. Or you can do string beans, mashed potatoes, corn, cream style corn. In my case, I'm doing cream style corn today and rice and I want to do my rolls, but I have the kind of rolls that you have to let them sit out for a little minute and rise up. And once they rise up, then you take them and you put them in the oven. So I didn't take those out, and I wish I had them because I love to sop that gravy up with that roll. Believe that. So in any case, I'm just gonna have what I got besides my roll, some white light bread. Yes. You ever made you a cube steak with the gravy and the white light bread? Or you took the white light bread and just sop the gravy up, it's still good. That's what I'm gonna be doing today. So we're gonna wait on this to get golden brown, and then I'm gonna remove it and I'm gonna put the next batch in. So I got about 2 more batches after this one comes out. And we're gonna get this together. So today I just start, and you can add, you know, you can switch this cube steak up. You can do it however you want to do it. You can add different stuff to it, different seasonings. But today I just wanted to do something old fashioned that remind me of my childhood when I was coming up, okay? Remind me of my mom's cooking. I have a lot of her recipes that I'm going to take and just redo them and make them my own. But in some, I'm just going to leave as is, because all her dishes was good. So, this is her old-fashioned smothered cube steak. 2 ingredients, kosher salt and black pepper. Which in my mom's case, she just used regular salt. But I switched the salts because I'm not a fan of regular salt, so I'm using kosher salt. So make sure it's on high so it can go and cook. You know what I'm saying? And you want to watch it because it'll turn brown really fast and you don't want it to burn. Sometimes, you know, when people doing cube steak, they add, like I say, the gravy to it. And that's just to get it a little darker. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we're gonna have us some gravy. And we ain't gonna add no thickening agent to it. Nothing but the cornstarch and the water. You can use bottled water, or you can use tap water. You just need some water, okay? So you can squeeze another piece in there while that's frying. I had to get another fork out because this is the fork that I'm going to take the meat out with. And these are the pair of tongs that I'm turning it with. And since the meat is like, you know, raw going in, I don't want to take it out. So I said, let me change my forks. Get me a fork so I can take my meat out. Smothered cube steak and gravy, old fashioned. Old fashioned smothered cube steak and gravy. My mom's way. Now, we wanted to let it get done, but we ain't got to let it get burnt looking. You understand what I'm saying? Because when we put it in the gravy, we're going to let that simmer anyway. Okay? So this is what our cube steak looks like. Can y'all see that? See how pretty that look? This is what our cube steak looks like. And I'm trying to tell you it's done because these cube steaks, you know, cube steaks are thin. So it really don't take much for them. But then if you got something that's not done, don't worry about it because it has to go into the gravy. And it's going to finish simmering now. And trust me, it's going to be done. Don't take much for cube steak. Okay. So I'm going to add in the other pieces. one more batch. And it's a small batch. The next one will just be 2 pieces. And this shall be coming together. I gotta work today. Cause y'all know I work Monday through Friday. And this weekend, and on Saturdays, I pick up shifts. I have a few shifts, but my shift for this Saturday got canceled. So, I'm off this Saturday and Sunday. Which I'm okay with because as long as I get 80 plus hours, I'm good. I work Monday through Friday, so I get 40 hours a week, but I be trying to go for that extra. And I got it. So they ended up canceling me Saturday. But next Saturday, I have to drive out of town. And then that following Saturday, I have to drive out of town. Then the rest of my days will be here in Gainesville during the morning time. I'll be working from 7 to 11 a couple days out the week. I'll be doing the 7-3 shift and then turning around and doing my 3-11 shift. So it's going to be a long day. Long 16 hours, but it ain't nothing I ain't never did. So I'm trying to hurry up and get through this little process here. Don't look like this stove cooking fast enough or something, but anyway, it's on high, and I really don't want to rush the food process. You know, you want to rush when you're cooking. You want to let it have patience and take your time, so that way the food come out right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this, so you guys don't have to watch every batch. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fried up, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what I'm gonna do next once I have everything all fried. All right, so I'll be right back at you. Don't you go nowhere, because there's more to this old-fashioned smothered cube steak coming right back. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, welcome back. As you can see, I have all my meat fried up. It's done, and I divided it. So I have some that's going to be smothered, and I have some that I'm just leaving fried, because my baby boy, he just like his fried. So what I'm doing now is emptying off some of this grease, and some I'm just going to leave on. I'm going to leave a little bit in here. So you see how much grease I had in here, because I was frying my meat, okay? So I'm going to bring it up a little closer. So you guys can see how we're gonna do this. Now that's my let me take it off the iron right quick, because I don't want it to burn. So I'm gonna put this grease up. Then I'll put that right back on the iron. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. So you wanna leave a little bit of let me get my wood spatula. You wanna leave a little bit of grease in the pan. So we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna make our cornstarch. So in this container, I'm gonna put a good teaspoon amount. That's 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna go heavy on it, okay? That's 1. That's 2. 3 good amounts of cornstarch. Then you want to add to that some water. So I'm going to turn the spoon around this way and I'm going to mix it. Okay, that's it. Now we have our pan here. I took it off the heat because I didn't want it to get it burned. I didn't want it to burn. I didn't want the grease to burn. So I have my pan here and it's still on high heat. We're going to turn that down in a few shakes. So what I'm doing is just stirring up all the bits, the skin pieces from the bottom of the pan. And we want about just that much grease. Can y'all see how much grease it is in there? Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay, so y'all see that, right? Just a little bit of grease. Then we're gonna add in our onions and our bell pepper. We're gonna mix this around in the gravy. In the grease. And this is where we're gonna get our gravy. See all these brown bits? And some people say, drain that off. No, you don't want to drain that off because this is going to help turn this is going to turn into gravy. And it's going to have it. This is what you call from scratch. You don't have to use the bag, even though, you can. But for this recipe here, you want to do it from scratch. Okay, if you're going to follow this to the exact, then you're going to follow my instructions to the exact. Okay, so you want to do it from scratch. And you see, it's not hard at all. We're just going to need 1 green bell pepper, 1 whole onion. Slice them up. Fry your meat with your kosher salt and black pepper. Put it in, take some flour and put it in a Ziploc bag or a brown paper bag. Drop your meat in. Shake it up. Take off the excess. Pour your oil in your frying pan. Make sure it's good, piping and hot. Fry your meat. After you fry your meat, pour most of your grease off. What you have left, scrape up the bottom of the pan like this. Get all them cube steak bits and pieces up. Get all that up. Them crumbs. You want it up. That's seasoned. And it's going to help our meat. So this is seasoned already. We don't need to add any more seasoning to our gravy. Y'all see all that brown stuff? That comes from off of my meat. We want that. So now we're going to add in our thickened agent, which is only the cornstarch. And with this process, you'll need more cornstarch and water. So we're going to let this It's gonna thicken up because it's still, you know what I'm saying? And I still have it on high. I need for this cornstarch to break down, to start breaking down. Because it's something like still stuck together, so we need to start breaking down. Now when it start breaking down, see, I can tell it's getting thick already. Let me get some more water. And I used the whole bottle. That's 2 bottles of water that I use. This should be enough gravy. We just gotta let it get thick, and it's gonna thicken up. Because there's some still in here together. So we're just gonna continue to stir it. And then when it starts thickening up a little bit, I'm gonna put my meat in. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our old-fashioned smothered cube steak 101. See that flour there? I mean that cornstarch. Just need it to separate where it can start getting back thick. So this part here, you're gonna leave your stove on high heat until it starts thickening it up. Put our meat in, smother our meat into this gravy, and then reduce the heat and let it simmer. Ooh. Okay, we're not going to add any more cornstarch in because we have enough. I put in 3 helpings of tablespoons. So we're just waiting right now for it to get a little thick because I added 2 bottles of water. Okay, so we're just waiting on it to get a little thick, and it's going to get thick. Trust me on that. It's going to do its thing. And when you're doing this and you're scraping in your pan, make sure you have a wooden spoon, you guys. Don't take a metal spoon and scrape it, because that way you be scraping up not only bits and pieces, but you'll be taking off some of the paint or from the bottom of the pan. You'll be scraping off a little bit of that. And we don't want to mix that in our food. Because we don't know what this stuff made out of, and we're not trying to poison ourselves. Or nobody else. So make sure you always use a wooden spoon. Walmart has them. Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Dollar General. See, it's starting to thicken up, y'all. See, it went from looking watery, so you can tell it's thickening up to like this. So those that want rice and they want to have just cube steak, they can take some of this gravy and put on their rice. It's thickening, y'all. I'm gonna get ready and turn it down and put my meat in it. So I'm gonna take this a little taste test and make sure I have it seasoned. And hopefully I don't need to add anything else to it. Just to make sure I have it good and seasoned. So that's about enough for me to taste. You see that? Make sure I have it good and seasoned. Okay, I'm gonna add some salt in here. I need a little season, y'all. And I'm gonna add black pepper. That's all I'm adding. Okay, I'm gonna cut it down some because I don't want it to burn because it's getting thick. This is gravy. From scratch. 101. This is the way you make gravy. And you want to taste your gravy to make sure it's seasoned. So I'm turning it down a little bit more. Let me taste it now. Alright. I don't need to add no more in. So now I'm just going to add my meat back to it. I turned it down on low. So I divided my meat like I said. I have a couple pieces in here that's going to be smothered, and the rest is just going to be fried. So we just get those good and drenched. Bring those peppers up and stuff on top. I got this, honey. All right. Can y'all see that? Smothered Cube Steak 101. This is my mom's old-fashioned recipe for smothered cube steak 101. So I'm going to put a top on that. I got that on low, and I'm going to let it simmer until it's about 145. It's 125 now. So I'm going to let that simmer to about 145, and I'm going to cut the stove off. I'm going to come back after I take me a shower and get myself dressed for work, and I'm going to plate this up, and I'm going to show y'all what the smothered cube steak looks like, okay? So until then, I'll see you guys later, and stay tuned because next we're gonna plate up our smothered cube steak. Be sure to come back now. Okay, welcome back, y'all. My dinner is done. I'm cutting off my stove. I'm just gonna start plating up my food here. I'm gonna get me some white rice. Okay, I'm gonna get me a piece of this cube steak here. Yes. I love onions. So I'm gonna put quite a few of these onions and peppers on my plate. Okay, so next I have some cream style corn here. I'm gonna put a little bit of that on my plate. Let me get my meat turned over. Turn my meat. And I have a little cream style corn there with a little half a stick of butter, some kosher salt, black pepper, and 2 tablespoonfuls of sugar. And it's so good, y'all, when you add sugar to your corn or your cream style corn. And a half a stick of butter, and let that junk melt and simmer. Yes, you have your great dish of cream style corn. And I also have me a great plate here. This is my mom's smothered smothered cube steak 101. Smothered cube steak 101 with my green peppers and onions. I hope you all like this recipe. If you like this recipe, like, share, and subscribe to Joanne's Kitchen. Well, I'm sorry, if you like this recipe, give me a thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe to Joanne's Kitchen. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a co-worker, tell anybody about Joanne's Kitchen. And be sure when you sign up to hit that notification bell. So every time I upload one of these recipes, you'll be the first to be notified. So until the next recipe, you guys, I'll see you guys later. And I hope you try this smothered cube steak my mom's way. Try it. Tell me what you think. Old-fashioned cube steak, 2 ingredients. Kosher salt and black pepper is all you need. 1 green bell pepper, 1 onion. Simple. 1 green bell pepper, 1 onion. 3 tablespoonfuls of cornstarch. Mix it with some tap water or bottled water. And you got yourself some gravy. You see how I did the gravy? Drain all the grease off of it. Throw your onions and your bell peppers in there with a little bit of grease. Scrape the bits from the bottom of the pan with a wooden spoon. Pour your cornstarch and water in there. Mix it together. Keep pouring it up until it thickens up. Put your meat back in. Let it simmer. So, enjoy this recipe. God bless y'all. And I'll see y'all for the next recipe. Goodbye. Smothered cube steak and gravy 101.